guys. This is we're students from Yonsei University, Department of East Asia International College, and the class name is East Asia International Management, and this is a class student research paper presentation. Anyway, let's start. So, our research paper talks about as what the title says, East Asia Business Management, a case study of South Korean Riot Games and Samsung in recruitment, management style, and marketing. Why? Because Samsung is the best example for Korean business management, and Riot Games Korea is our interest company that we kind of both agreed on, and they represent foreign company investing in South Korea. So we thought it would be interesting to compare what were the differences and what should, but we are more focused on the our view is on the basis of foreign company, because Samsung is just a comparison, because it is a company from South Korea which best represents their style. The objective is to find whether or not foreign company like Riot Games Korea have to adapt their Western kind of management style, which is kind of merit based and that seeks for efficiency rather than collectivism, which we're later gonna talk about. Style according to Korean context. We wanted to test out whether it is important to bend it. So let's briefly talk about Riot Games Korea, because not many would know about them compared to Samsung, because Samsung is obviously famous. So it is a company made by co-CEOs Brandon Beck and Mark Mario. These are the two hairy guys. Anyway, so this company launched their debut title, League of Legends, which is a game, in 2009, and it was a total crazy hit. The company, a small company, grew into a mid-sized international company that already distributed its product worldwide, almost worldwide, in Oceania, like Australia, South Korea, China, which represents whole Asia, and North America, of course, it's where it started, and also Europe. And they even hold world championships. So this is the game. So this game is about. So this is just a game. But what is important about this game is that it is a multiplayer game. So that an online game that everyone could have easy access to it. So that may have been the reason for its popularity. So I put this table to illustrate briefly that this company is a fast-growing company, which won IGN PC Best Strategy Game 2009, and something like that. The first game developer online choice awards. So just to illustrate. So next, we'll just briefly also gonna talk about Samsung, because some may not really know about their standing in South Korean environment. So next presenter, Dohyon Kim, will talk about it. Thank you.
얼굴 나오게.
Okay, my name is Dohyon Kim. I'm going to talk about Samsung Group. Samsung Group is a South Korean multinational conglomerate company headquartered in Samsungtown, Seoul. It comprises numerous subsidizers and affiliate business, most of them united under the Samsung brand. And it's the largest Korean Jebol group in South Korea. For the research review, we found that the most effective way for Jebol owners to ensure employee loyalty is to hire their top officials from among their family members and loyal friends. And secondly, family members are the most important sources of trust and loyalty. Without loyal subject who faithfully perform orders control may not effectively permitted within the jebel. So it's mainly talking about the loyalties and family oriented business. This is the main SSC article that we're going to replicate. And these are the interesting parts that we've highlighted. If you guys know more about the information, I will share with you guys.
I have a question. Can you go back to the like main text, the first page? Maybe you wanna talk about the title at least, because this is the main reference.
Okay.
So can you just read it for us, please?
The title of this SSI article is Study on Human Resource Management in Korea's Jebel Enterprises, a case study of Samsung Electronics. So this is the title.
Thank you.
For the methodology part, my partner Seungho will be going to talk about it.
I'm back. So for methodology, we kind of like we chose to use two kind of reference. First is the results shown from the survey, and the second one was from statistics. And why we did that is, simply speaking, is that our campus is kind of like remote, so that like the only possible samples that we could draw, as it says on the slide, the points, was from like students. And like, because we deal with like management styles, how they are different, the best possible sample subject would have been workers. But since it's hard to find it here, but we did survey because we also want to know what students also think, because they are about to go to work companies. And so we're just gonna use as just a reference. We're not really gonna we're just gonna look at it, but we're not going to rely on it. That's the impression that I want to convey to you guys. And the next up is something that we're gonna more rely on to. It's the statistics and surveys from the literature review, like all those papers that we've been me and my partner have read and summarized. There were like also tables and statistics that we could refer, because they are already an existing work proven by the SSCI criteria, and that like it's something more comprehensive than what the survey could provide. Because getting 100 survey even is really hard for hard in reality, as compared to this one already existing work. Its size, magnitude is way bigger, so it proves to be So it is more protective from having a coverage error and sample error in regard to sample size. Because if the sample is too small, you always going to have problems. So next slide is our survey format. So we're not going to ask for names, specific names. We're going to trash this at the end of the semester for the sake of privacy. And yeah, our concept was to be anonymous. So we basically classify whether you're female or male. You're in college maybe, because the idea may be different from senior who is about to go into college and freshman. And we obviously gonna talk about the question mainly focuses about recruitment, how these subjects think about recruitment, not really talk about business management style, because they're not workers right now, so they may may not have enough insight or may not even know about it. So that may lead to false results. So we talk about questions that we could actually draw from them, which has accuracy. So they were kind of relating to, yeah. And then moving on, these are some of the examples that I talked about in methodology from the already existing work. So we're gonna look at them. But we're not gonna mention it here because there are too many figures to talk about it in a video. So we're going to conclude that in the which is included in the conclusion part. So yeah, the next part. So we're now going to talk about the main text, the body. So please stay focused. Thank you. So next, my partner will talk about the part 1 and 2. And yeah, thank you.
Hi guys, I'm back again. So we're going to talk about the main text part 1, general management difference of East and West. Firstly, the Westerners and the Eastern perceive objective situation differently due to the cultural difference and also the environment they have been growing up. Individual is the matter that Westerns cares about most. However, Easterners cares about how people see and judge towards them. Easterners do not think as individual, but as a group or the whole society where they belong. Most of the East management system is strictly hierarchical, which means they must obey to your boss, whoever is higher than your hierarchy. On the other hand, the Western management style is quite vertical. Anyone can easily deliver your opinion to your boss. Main text part 2, business management style of Samsung. Samsung started Gongche, an open employment system that makes employment opportunity public through advertisements on television, in newspapers, and on the SEC homepage. Another traditional value in Korean culture is Yeongo, meaning relation-based behavior. Main text part 2. Business management style of Riot Games Korea. Riot Games Korea is somehow sharing similar recruitment style, just like Samsung, Gongche. Gongche is generally recruiting people during the early years, which is starting at March till May, and the end of the year, starting at September till November. For the part 4, my partner will go to talk about it.
Okay guys, I'm back. And part 4 kind of talks about what could the company do after they recruit them. We mentioned that like what is important, like we kind of missed one big point, but I'm going to mention it now, is that Samsung is a collectivist, whereas Riot Games Korea is kind of semi-collectivist, but shows more westernized, individualistic culture. So yeah, what do these companies have to do? But not what do these, but like just the Riot Games Korea compared to Samsung. Samsung's already established, so we obviously don't need to talk about them. So from the work, from the paper, like I want to mention that for Riot Games, it is in South Korea. It is important it is really risky, and you always have to stay focused and stay sensitive to the society, because staying alive, staying in the status quo range, because Riot Games is the leading figure in South Korea gaming market. But it may be short-lived, so you got to talk about. So here is how important it is to stay alive. So what our paper suggests is that the most important fact would be the ways to compromise with the society. It is a collectivist culture, and this idea is also from Jong and Kim from this paper. And however, like, you know, what could be the theme in compromising with the society? Not just, but by compromising with the society, we are not meaning like having, you know, obeying the rules and laws. That's the Western way. But like differently speaking, you need to know that contributing to the society, that brings harmony. Harmony is the key, not the law, not the rational thinking, but harmony and emotions is very important in East Asia, which characterized by collectivist culture. It's discussed in also discussed in Choi and Lee's interplay of culture and stuff like that. Already written here. So yeah, like last point is that it is important for like Western companies starting up in Korea to like try to improve brand image through the channel of society contribution. Maybe work of philanthropy, like, you know, campaigns, donations is the key. So conclusion, kind of messed up, like kind of getting messy here. So we want to wrap up here. That we concluded, and that we come to conclusion that foreign business seeks to invest in South Korea have to adapt their business management style to that of Korean context. Because after all, the reason is simple. Because, you know, even though CEO may be from, you know, for Western company investing here, maybe CEO would be Western CEO. It's fine, but like most of the majority of the worker will be Korean. So obviously the Koreans are used to Korean conventions, Korean traditions and ways. So obviously you have to follow the Korean context, whatever it is, like, you know, corporate culture, like, you know, the basic culture, or when it comes to corporate, you know, standing in the society, it has to be that of like Korean context. Elaborating on Korean management style, the need to follow that style. Collectivism, which refers to gwangsi or respect for hierarchy, seems important, and that authoritative style of management, which means like, you know, top to bottom, like top ordering bottom to do it, is more suitable, as Korean workers are more comfortable in obeying orders unconditionally than when given opportunity of voice. And same could be found in the way Samsung hire newbie like newly recruits. I'm sorry if that is a slang word, but because it does not disrupt hierarchy, because, you know, new recruits are at the lowest class. But compared to Riot Games looking for experienced recruits, that's very important here, because like in the Western sense, recruiting already experienced worker is really efficient because it is cost effective. You don't have to train them because they are already experienced. But that may cause hierarchical issue here. So they may, even though it may be small in terms of like, you know, in terms of hierarchical issue, this may lead to demotivation of the majority. Say, for example, I'm a Korean person who's been working here for 20 years as a like just a junior manager, and this guy from like, you know, say China comes here. He's like 20 years younger than me, and he's a senior manager because he's experienced. And he orders me to do something, and then I will feel really, really depressed, and I will do whatever in my power to relieve that depression, stress to other workers. So that kind of leads to in a kind of web, you know, format. anyway, I wish. Anyway, next up, last point is that also adding to the business management and collectivism, it is important for foreign companies in Korea to see beyond their business as a part of the society, mentioned earlier repeatedly. Therefore, the corporate image, contribution to the society, and philanthropy have passive but huge impact. So it's something that a company should watch about. Yeah. Other than performance, yeah, there could be. Yeah. Anyway, this is it. And there's the main reference. And moving back to the first slide. If you have any questions about any suggestions, any criticism, we are more than happy to take that as a chance for us to improve our paper. This paper was made by the biggest problem could be that I feel is that this paper was done by 2 undergraduate students of Yonsei University, and therefore, as I mentioned earlier, we are more than glad to have feedbacks or harsh criticism. And I thank you guys for staying focused, focused and watching the video for more than maybe 20 minutes. And if you have any questions, feel free to visit our website. And there's a free open notice board where you can feed comments. And if you want my email address is lsh minus just dash 8943, and then email symbol plus hotmail.com. Thank you.